Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.
So, maybe I should open it.
Oh, don't kill me, please. I tell you everything. Code is loot, loot. I'm young. I don't wanna die.
Boss, code is loot.
Oh my god, idiot. Fuck, I surrendered by idiots.
Hey, kid. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. A short break concludes, and we're into our second quarter final of the day, where we will find out who's going to be facing that Dignitas V side in the semi-final. And it's going to be between ENCE and SKADE. And Sermon, SKADE have had a much longer journey to this point than ENCE have.
Absolutely right. ENCE just sort of getting invited into here, showing us what they've got against the, well, I guess you could call them uppercomers from the Bulgarian side. It is SKADE, of course, as, well, the ENCE lineup is going to be, some of the people in chat may have given it away already, sporting two Polish players for themselves. Alugon, he's working through some stuff, as it's going to be Hades to take over the AWP duties for ENCE.
Yeah, and Snappy on that IGL role, the Dane. So, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they were already talking in English, but I assume they still are. I don't think everybody knows any sort of coherent language other than English between all of them. But yeah, you can see that Hades in that lineup alongside the Israeli of Spinks, another Pole in Diha. Dotto is a Finn, and Snappy is obviously, as I mentioned, a Dane. So a very, very mixed lineup, and we'll get to see what they can do. And I actually like the bringing in of Hades here. He brings a lot of firepower to this ENCE side who've been struggling a little bit. They've been up and down over some past months. And actually, ENCE lost out to SKADE sort of recently in a match they played at the EDC. Actually, I think they lost twice to SKADE at EDC. So, for sure, that's going to be something they're hoping to remedy here.
Definitely. And we'll be seeing if Hades on the op can actually get it done against Denislaw. He's going to be the one holding the big green for SKADE. And yeah, this pretty much all comes down to veto, as ENCE's map pool isn't as wide as SKADE's would be. Plenty of maps played from SKADE as well, so we have a very wide pool of information to access here, and it's going to be quite a pivotal sort of pick ban here.
Yeah, SKADE picking Overpass, that should be a lock-in for them. ENCE, don't think he'll be able to do much on that. The couple times they have faced an Overpass, SKADE have won it out both times, 16-12. I expect no different here. Maybe a bit of firepower from Hades can make things a little interesting again, but that should be a lock-in for SKADE. Then we got Train. ENCE, very strong on Train. We've seen them play it before. We've seen them play it very well before as well, but
oh man, but recently, SKADE,
Yeah.
come on, they've been playing really good, good maps here. They've beaten the likes of Mad Lions, Sinners, Movie Star Riders, Extra Salt, even taking Copenhagen Flames to overtime, which, you know, meanwhile, if you look at ENCE's very recent sort of matchups on this map, on Train, they did sort of win out against Endpoint and Sprout, but capitulating to the likes of Double Pony and Animo, Movie Star Riders, we already mentioned them, and they lost against them 16-8. Not a great sort of indicator here for things to come.
maybe not, but I'm hoping ENCE can put up a good fight, and obviously Hades, a bit of a very, very strong player, especially on Train, obviously, because he is an AWP player. He is coming in and should be taking the mantle of that primary AWP role. So Train could be a map where he's able just to take control of a game for this team and just be that player that ENCE have their system and they say, okay, Hades, you just kill people. You be a nuisance to SKADE. You just do whatever you want to find these frags. We'll play as our game and you can do that. But we'll be interested to see that because obviously Overpass as well, a bit of an awkward map, I guess. You can say. So it'll be interesting to see him. But hopefully we'll be getting into the game soon. We're just waiting for a couple of players to join the server, and then we'll be ready to head in.
Yeah, don't worry. SKADE aren't playing with the stand-ins of nickname.
Yeah.
Just a placeholder, waiting for another player to join.
I mean, I've seen nickname play. I think he's pretty solid. I think he could be a good addition to that lineup, honestly. Good old nickname.
Sadly, no pros
too.
with the nickname of nickname. I'm gonna search HLTV if there's a player called nickname. There must be. Come on.
If there is, they're probably from an Asian region because, you generally get those sort of English but sort of odd names from that side of things because you have like somebody, attacker, that sort of thing. Obviously for those Tyloo players.
Obviously, Dota is really good for that because they have such an Asian scene there. You can really see some people. I believe they have Ice, and Ice.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I think they managed to do
Ice,
that. But there is
too.
no player called nickname in the Half-Life television database, I'm afraid.
Well, looks like we do have everybody in now. Never mind. Brian is not a player. That is a bot, I believe.
Let's see if there's a Brian. Let's go.
Brian. Surprise substitution, Brian.
Well, all of them, all the Brians do hail from the United States there. It's Brian 2K, just Brian, and Brian D.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, as much as the Brian talk does amuse me, we are going to be heading to a break. Just because we have a couple tech issues and the game may be taking a little bit of a delay before we get going. But stay with us because we'll be back live with all the action in a short moment.
Things we keep inside. I know I'll be alright. I'll fight with will and time. Yeah, I won't lose mine. Wake up and every day told me a promise that I would make it one day as an artist. Music's the only thing keeping me honest. I know that I want it, I'm hoping I got it. Addicted to all this remotely melodic. See how some people become alcoholics. Addiction is real but mine isn't as toxic. Although sometimes I feel a little psychotic. I know that I got it in me. Can't stop what's in me to the top. Believe me, I'm not resisting. It's all beginning. I'm all but willing to break the ceiling. Oh, take a chance and do it. Take a stance and prove it to yourself. Improving every day you're moving. Every day's a new one. Don't fear to lose one. Bounce back and move on. The things we keep inside, I know I'll be alright. I'll fight with will and time. I won't lose my. Some days are my worst days, but every day is a work day. I fell in love with the wordplay. If it's a dream, then you're never really working. Now the tides are turning, and as I keep on learning, I only do what's worth it. Don't waste my time cause I earned it. Never got rid of the thirst, so much it hurts. Listen to my words, everyone's the worst. That's why I'm immersed in my own universe. And I know it's a curse, probably put me in a hearse, but I still write a verse. Maybe time will reverse if I put in the work while everything hurts. Take a chance, make a plan, you can do it, yes you can. Take a stand in your land and command of your brand. The things we keep inside, I know I'll be alright. I'll fight with will and time. I won't lose my mind. I'm losing my mind every.
And we are back. A bit of a short tech pause there, but we are ready to get going as the ninth round concludes. And it is ENCE, I believe, who pick up the 9th round. They'll get to choose their side. I'm assuming they'll probably pick CT here.
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And we can get this game on its way finally. As previously stated, of course, Overpass gonna be favoring the SKADE side quite a bit. As we can actually take a look at whether their T side or their CT sides are more preferred here for this map. Certainly, I think they'll be excelling in both. But SKADE, they do seem to have a whopping 65% like win rate for the CT rounds, and right about 50 for the Ts, which is already impressive in and of itself, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's very impressive, but it's we'll see if it plays out that way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Statistics only tell us what might happen. They can begin conversations then. You can't reach conclusions with statistics alone.
As you said before multiple times, and it's a beauty of a prophecy. History never repeats itself; it only rhymes.
There you go. Glad you enjoy that saying.
Yeah.
As I'm sure we'll be enjoying this B take coming out of SKADE, but ENCE sort of stacking the curly letter bomb site as Duplicate does manage to find the entry kill, but Spinks to answer back with a double of his own. Rainwaker answers, and it's a 3 versus 3, but that swiftly becomes a 2 versus 2 with Oxygen in the open. Finds the first, but will he get the second? Gonna be happening here, as Diha couldn't get it done in the 1 versus 2. SKADE, they walk onto a stacked bomb site and get the bomb plant.
Yeah, all 10 players basically towards B there in the early stages of that round. And yeah, Oxygen getting it done, getting those final couple kills. But SKADE on the first round. Yeah, they get themselves on the board. And now we'll see if a force buy from ENCE can fight back into this one. A few deagles, the scout for Hades. See if he can tag some players up. Maybe a headshot or two could come through. But even if you just tag up players with that scout, it makes things much easier for the Deagles, removes the need for headshots for a lot of players. So look at Duplicate. MP7 for him. He's part of the MP7 gang. He's now part of the Dead gang in this round. Nappy has removed his head.
Not a very popular gang.
No. It only has one member right now.
Yep. We'll be adding to the pile soon, though. As this certainly seems to be like a boost coming in here, but Oxygen not really getting anyone on his head for now. Ship's gonna be mounting him shortly though, as a 4 versus 4 situation would still favor them if they could find an entry here via the boost, but really taking their sweet old time doing it. 1 minute left on the clock. As the rest of the T's, they've sort of pushed away, and even Ships, he doesn't want the bomb to be in danger here as he peeks towards short, gets the easy kill, falls back. Yeah, re-peeks for the second, might as well. Getting a bit dicey with that Deagle though, might want to fall back, but you know what? Ships, he wants to pad his stats, he's on the 4 KD. Won't be keeping that up for long, I'm sure, but let's see how the rest of this round checks out. Only Hades and Spinks left, the Scout and the Deagle. It's pretty much what the other guys also had, and they all fell one by one. Let's see if they follow suit. The A aggression is going to be coming in, and it looks like B will be their tomb.
I prefer a sarcophagus, but that's just personal preference, honestly.
I think the sarcophagus is the sort of coffin, and then the tomb is the room that contains the coffin.
That does make sense, honestly. That is probably you're correct there.
Tomb Raider, of course, was raiding the entire tomb, not just the sarcophagus.
So, and Sarcophagus Raider doesn't have much of a ring to it.
No. Sarcophagus Stealer would have been maybe better, but it's pretty hard to walk out with one of those. They're made out of solid stone. There, it's pretty hard to move.
Heavy. SKADE, they did pick up that second round, and now a fairly simple third should be coming through. Dennis Law does make it a bit harder for himself, takes a bit of damage dropping down into connector there, but still with 92 points of health shouldn't be much of an issue. Just a few USPs, a couple of HEs for the ENCE side, in fact, so maybe a nade stack somewhere could work out. Where are they placed with those nades? They're both in back site B. No, maybe eat them into monstrous as the push comes through, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, they're set up for it. The monster push. They got a guy jump spotting. They're toxic, and as nice as this setup is, I'm afraid it's gonna be all for naught, as the terrorists will be hanging out more toward the A bomb site. Not really smelling the stack or anything, just sort of blindly picking a bomb site and committing to it. But you know, the 50-50 coin flip goes their way, and they won't be walking into a trap today. But man, this nade stack would have definitely done some damage on some players would they walk through. That's a more fun round to cast.
Yeah, it would have been. Unfortunately, you don't get everything you want in this live sermon.
Absolutely
Sometimes you just have to make do with a very slow round with 30 seconds left on the clock. No actions happened. Dennis Thor's just going to walk behind them with a Mac 10 and kill a few of them, I think, alongside Rainmaker. So.
This is where it gets interesting. How much money can they actually get here? Get those cash register noises ready, ladies and gentlemen. The Mac 10 kills are raining in from on high. But one of them has just been removed, courtesy of the CZ75 from Spinks, but that's the only kill they'll be getting in this one. SKADE with 3, money in the bank. And they'll be using it shortly, I believe, as ENCE will be breaking their piggy banks as well.
I never really understood piggy banks you have to break to get the money out of.
No, it seems like that would be more like you're wasting basically most of the value that you could store in there, right? Because there's not exactly a lot of coins you're going to be putting in.
Like I get the
and
ones
let's
that
face it, you're not going to be using like pound coins, right? There's going to be like trash pieces that you're just putting in there. Just get a jar for God's sake.
I mean, I can understand the ones where it's like saving like for a certain like thing where like you save up and like it can hold a certain amount of pound coins.
Oh, I suppose.
And then when it's full, you can break it open and you got your savings that you can then take to the bank in a really awkward manner. But
no, you take it to one of those automatic cash registers that they have at grocery stores.
Oh, yeah, of course. But hit coming through, very quick kills from SKADE. Snappy can't put any sort of resilience up either. Well, this is sad. SKADE wiping the floor so far. I mean, it is only a few rounds in, of course, but very clean round here once the guns came out. ENCE, they just had no reply. No kills found, and Hades and Spinks are just going to be saving these weapons.
Let's hope this doesn't get too far out of hand there, right? Because if their B defense is going to be identified as particularly weak, SKADE are just going to continue to skate on that information, as it were, and, you know, attack that weak spot over and over and over until ENCE sort of adapt. And once they've adapted, i.e. placed more players onto that B bomb site to help hold it, well, that's when you break out the A aggression, and, well, you sort of have their number from that point onward. The fourth round going the way of the Bulgarians as, well, ENCE, they're not missing Alu yet. And I'm sure we'll be seeing some nice AWP shots coming from Hades, but didn't see him in this round, Dan.
No. No, we haven't. We haven't actually seen him at all. 0 kills for him so far, but again, early days. Him and Doto yet to find a frag, but haven't. Obviously, that's the first gun round coming through. Hades hasn't had a chance to find a shot in that one. See if they can get better from this round as they force fire around those 2 saved weapons. They get a couple extra M4s. UMP for Snappy, and Doto again hits the deck early. 0 and 5 for him. Can't be giving up frags this easily to the SKADE side. It's just not conducive of rounds, and the B side again crumbles. Nothing found at all for this ENCE defense here. Again, 0 kills found, and Hades and Spinks just left wondering, well, what the hell do we do now? What can we do from this position?
I think this is just the rest of the game now. Enjoy the the sort of what was that movie again? Groundhog Day-esque existence.
Yeah,
we're gonna be in for the rest of this one.
Good film. You know what I watched last night?
What? Go on.
What did I watch last night? I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That was it.
Oh, that's a classic right there.
Watched it with a couple friends. We reminisced, enjoyed the film. It's a good one.
Definitely a classic. I remember also from the era, it was around the same time, Zombieland.
Oh yeah, of course.
You kind of have the same vibe going on there.
Yeah.
A completely different movie, of course, but I sort of associate them in my mind together for whatever reason.
You know what I forgot? That Anna Kendrick's in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
I don't know who Emma Kendrick is, Dan.
Oh, she's Scott's sister in the film. She also
Yeah, but like outside of that.
yeah, she's in Pitch Perfect. Also a great series of films. I'm not ashamed to say that. People can call me out on it. Pitch Perfect series are actually a banger set of films, not gonna lie.
Never saw him.
You
Can't
should.
provide any
They're
counter
watch.
banter with that one.
No. Sorry. Well.
Well,
It, I
can't
mean,
continue for the rest of this pause, you know?
yeah, we
We still
could
got
do,
some time
but
to fill.
ENCE, they'll force buy again into this round, but
That's a
max
good
loss
buy.
bonus, yeah, they're getting the 3,400 into their accounts each round now. Can you find anything more than nothing is the question, though, because these last two B hits for the SKADE side have just been complete whitewashes, nothing found on the defense, and then Hades and Spinks just left there wondering, well, one kill would have been nice.
Certainly would have been.
Yeah.
Maybe Rainwaker wouldn't be finding himself on 13k after buying.
Oof.
Ships on 12k. Like, that is just
Oxygen 11.
insane bananas out of here because
Everybody.
they're going to be attacking the B bomb site again, and there's going to be 4 CTs waiting on the other side this time. Hopefully they can get something done. 1 kill would be an upgrade, as it is, again, 3 players here. The Heaven player has moved away somewhat. They have to be ready for the A take nonetheless, as B aggression should be coming in soon, but first the CT utility has to clear, and they'll be aggressing a little bit towards short, expecting around this time for there to be a boost incoming, and they guessed correctly. Oh, but the push out of Monster is gonna come. There's 2 players far away, and one of them falls. That's gonna be Rainwaker, and the CTs make their way out of trouble just in time. The second kill, Diha finds him on short. This B aggression's not working out for you that well, is it, SKADE? 2 versus 4 now as they make an entry kill, but ooh, a 2 versus 2 now. Okay, spoke too soon.
Yeah, I mean, and look at the damage done as well towards SKADE. Denislaw, 16 HP, Oxygen at 50. ENCE didn't run the same sort of execute. That, like, yeah, they stacked up outside B, but they did not go aggressive early on, which is what they've been doing. And then ENCE countered that with their own aggression a little bit later on. As the smoke started to fade, they pushed in deep, found a few kills. Eventually, the defense does crumble, but they've done the hard work there. They've got themselves a 2-on-2 for those A players. But what is the plan now? Because Denislaw, he's worked all the way through long, and he's got onto the A site. They can get the plant down. They need the bomb to rotate over. It is moving through Banana, but Hades over by the stairs. If he catches the bomb here, oh no, this could be huge. Hades just needs to bide his time and take down Oxygen.
Oh.
That's the round done, and he'll do exactly that. It's over. ENCE finally get themselves on the board. Spinks will finish off the last kill, and Denislaw lucky to die before the timer expires there.
Just as someone in chat types, Hades, KD0, lol, is he going to play? Well, there's your answer. He gets the most pivotal kill of the game, of the round, rather. You know, the 2v2, the bomb plant denied, and it was a straight-up win from then on. So, good on Hades for finding it. Not really utilizing the AWP to its full potential there, but you know what? Shooting a planting terrorist in the crotch is just what the doctor ordered here. Not the terrorist doctor, of course. He wouldn't advise against it. Let's see how this round shakes out. SKADE. Still not out of money, not by a long shot. Let's see if they can keep this B aggression coming.
Opening kill found by SKADE. It feels like we may be back to regularly scheduled programming. With Doto taken down early, 1-7 for him. Don't say it, Sermon.
Not gonna.
Good. As
I got you,
SKADE.
Pam.
Cheers. SKADE. They gonna go for the boost as well. D has spotted behind the pillar. He's a dead man. Chips will get a kill, and ENCE now down by 2 players in this one. Hades has been tagged up as well. Down to 17 HP he goes, but Snappy is going to try and put up as much defense as he can towards the B site, which is only that single kill before Oxygen is quick on the trade. Spinks has rotated in, but again, just a 1-for-1 for him, and now Hades, 17 HP, 1 versus 3. Save that ult, my man. And allow SKADE to 6th.
Yeah, not Hades' fault again, as he was removed from the action. The B defenders dropping the ball a little bit, letting SKADE get the entries as the counter-aggression that we were praising ENCE for in that one round that they did manage to win, right? Just didn't come through. No real pushes coming in. And that way, SKADE do find a 6th, as only 1 round was lost. And meanwhile, Hades, bit of an open angle here, not going to be disingenuous with you guys, but you know what, at least chips, he does fall. So Hades safe for a few more seconds here as the bomb's going to explode, and one more player coming out of B, but he's going to be too slow. So Hades survives.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you say, like, obviously... Forgot the ad plays there, my bad. But what I was going to say is, obviously, Hades, yeah, he's not got a great KD here. I mean, what is he at? 2 and 3, I believe?
Well, it
Yeah.
helps that he's only just being allowed to buy the AWP, and then
Yeah.
most of the action's been toward B for now. But
Yeah.
look at this, he finds the
Nice
opening
opening.
frag, and that's very important, especially when ENCE really aren't fully invested into this one. They just have 4 Deagles to complement the saved AWP from the previous, as now the Pistols will have to find some impact, but they're not going to be finding any of it toward the B bomb site. That's where all of them are, and the T's are not. Hades is going to be calling for cavalry shortly, but he's not really seeing that many terrorists around. Maybe he doesn't know that Oxygen's behind the corner, Dan.
Yeah. I mean, every chance Hades has gotten so far, he's made good with it. Has only died 3 times in this game, just hasn't had the chance, and that's a quick shot. Removes Oxygen. And now, doing good work. 2 kills for him, 2 openings, as it now leaves it up to the Pistols in the close range duel towards B to try and find the shot. Shift, he gets 1 but can't get away. D has spams him through the smoke. I might be able to recover that AK as well. So now SKADE 2 versus 4. A play towards the stairs. Duplicate, looking for the AWP of Hades. Will spot him out, take the shot. A player towards stairs, can't find the trade initially. Spinks eventually, after a few tired shots, does find him down. Now Rainwaker left alone, 1 versus 3. ENCE might just steal away around, courtesy of Hades AWP.
Hades haters really do be quiet since the entry kill dropped.
Oh yeah, 1 round, magnifique.
Well, 2. But I suppose one of them is entirely his fault. Nice set of kills there. As ENCE, they win a round they really shouldn't have, as the money is going to be quite sweet in the next, given the fact that they saved about 2,000 per player. And there we go. They're going to be able to invest. But guess who's also able to invest, Dan? No, not the viewers at home. Well, though they certainly can. You know, it's a free market. But SKADE, they have so much money left in their bank.
Those initial rounds where it was like 5 players surviving for SKADE is just completely like elevated that economy to a next level. Obviously, you see a couple rounds here where they've lost a few players. Has meant that the economy's starting to drop a little, but you still got like another buy at least in those tanks for that SKADE side. So ENCE need to find 4 before there's any real chance of SKADE having to go to an eco.
One thing I just noticed, since ENCE has 2 Polish players now, both the Polish people and the Finnish fans would be saying ENCE. They would be pronouncing it about the same. So it's a good match, Dan.
Yeah, match made in heaven.
I mean, if I'm wrong, of course, correct me in chat, but I believe they would be saying ENCE. As this round's off to a bit of a slower start, the terrorists, they've taken control of Fountain and then progressed forward toward the toilets, the outside and in, within their grasp, as ENCE do have a triplet of CTs to take care of the A-bomb site. Hopefully they'll be noticing the long aggression coming in soon, though, as they decide to aggress toward the toilets. Not going to be finding anyone just yet, but Hades, he's got the angle through that door. Maybe they emerge, but if the banana push happens from Duplicate, he might just have his number.
That Molotov does just make him a little uncomfortable, and rightly so. We'll just back away for a moment as it starts to burn. 20 seconds. 20 seconds, Sermon. The hit starts coming through. Snappy is there, has Hades for support, and they quickly dispatch him around. It's only Denislow remaining, and SKADE, even it's the last minute, walking into a pretty stacked A defense off that. It's not going to work out. So a third on the board for ENCE. But again, this AWP being saved just helps to keep the cash in a good stead for this SKADE side. Obviously, they had a buy up no matter what.
But yeah, 6K in the bank, like pretty much across the board. That's unheard of, Dan.
Yeah.
ENCE really are gonna have to keep getting these rounds coming as SKADE's economy depletes round after round after round. And there you go, Duplicate finally hitting the threshold on 300, but it's your boy Denislaw with about 5-6K still in the bank, so he can certainly facilitate some kind of an annoying buy going forward. And as we're talking about ENCE's winning streak, of course the losing money, the loss bonus is also stacking up, so definitely a lot of factors working against you if you have a bad start to a map. As SKADE will be once again aggressing toward the B site, but no fancy grenades just yet. Just oxygen on the corner, and he finds Diha. That's gonna be the initial frag for the Bulgarians.
Much needed one. Ball goes down, but Snappy and Doto, a nice crossfire from them, is going to ransack that offense. Only Rainwaker and Ships remain. Rainwaker, yeah, he can stand in the flames for the kill onto Hades, but from the afterlife, the god will strike. And now Ships. And left in a 1 versus 3. I mean, he's
Not
on
exactly
a long
doable.
flank. Although, there is a player
but
looking
knife
for
out.
it. Ah!
That was certainly a scream.
Yeah.
When one of your roommates does something like sort of like half dangerous, but you know they're not in any real danger, that's the kind of scream you let off there. Or if you get shot by a Zeus.
No, that's
That
more
was
of
pretty
a...
much on par.
No, Zeus, I could do a better Zeus than that.
Okay.
Ah!
There you go. That's perfect, actually. Yours was more sort of more sort of soft. More
Yeah. Yeah, I do a pretty good Zeus impression. It's one of my few traits that I consider a personality trait.
Hey, I got a Zeus impression.
Go on, Sermon.
I am not going to win with Simple on the team. Haha. I am Zeus.
Ah, he's done it.
I got another Zeus impression. Hang on. I am going to take Taco to MIBR.
That's a completely different Zeus, that one, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh.
Bringing out all the characters on
Yeah,
today's
did
show.
Zeus with a Zeus.
That would be a cursed kill feat there. As we go into the 11th round, of course, a slow start with, once again, SKADE setting up shop outside the B bomb site, but it really hasn't been working out for them as of late. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing if the CTs regress as they did that one time, but Dodo gets 2 frags, trades out his teammate, and secures the round, as it were, because he just gets another double. And there's going to be a 2 versus 2 now. Yeah, Dodo on a grand total of 3. And, well, Ships is already on the A-bomb side. That bomb has a lot of sort of ground to cover. He has to rotate quite far. Ships very brave to keep walking forward with the knife in his hand, though, as he just might get caught out, and he does. Hades finds him, and that bomb with a secured bomb site promised won't be making good on that promise today.
Yeah, now Denislaw left in an awkward situation. 40 seconds on the clock, has his pick of bomb site, but he's going to choose the one with at least the AWPer on that position. Or is he just going to let flip a little bit of utility and then back away, hoping it pulls rotations for the time being? It certainly looked like it, but without any further aggression coming through. Hades says, you know what, no, stay over towards B, and Spinks will comply. 20 seconds on the clock. Denislaw, no chance of the plan. Spinks gets him down, takes him out of action, and yeah, that was such a difficult situation for Denislaw. Just had no acceptance of a player being in the site already. Blind faith in his bamboozle to work.
They did cut it close, though. I did like the monster sort of defense. The 2 players definitely required there, as the trade did facilitate Dodo to get the 3K that won ENCE the round there. And SKADE's initial lead has been depleted, as has their piggy bank stand. They're on a save. They're a pretty good half-buy, all things considered. Tech 9, a Mac 10. A Deagle on Ships. and armor pretty much across the board as the utility also rears its ugly head. They'll be just grouping up together, hoping not to get sprayed down through the wooden wall there on B as Snappy does pick up Rainwaker, but they will emerge out onto short A, and Hades spots them out.
5 versus 3 shouldn't really be any way ENCE dropped this one, personally, and they should be able to tie up this game 6-6. And after what was an initial beatdown from SKADE that was looking just so convincing early on, now it's falling firmly in the ENCE camp. Hades picks up a couple for himself there. It's all said and done, and SKADE, yeah, that was just pistols for them, but not getting anything done is a bit of an issue. Allows that ENCE economy to build up like it did for the SKADE side early on.
Not to the same extent, but yeah, Hades on 8k, that's going to be facilitating quite a few AWP buys going forward. As Hades has found himself now with a very nice 9-5 sort of score line. 53 ADR, not the best, but when you're the Opera, I guess you kind of get the scraps from everyone else. As we'll be seeing how this one unfurls. Spinks, of course, top fragging on the server, 12 for him. Let's see if he can increment that number somewhat, because he is the one lone player holding this connector area. 2 players on the other side of the wall, but will he peek? Well, after Snappy gets the initial kill, surely he will. Gets him into the back as Oxygen picks up a kill of his own. That's going to be an entry toward the B-bomb sites. 3 players ready to pounce on the curly letter, but the smoke and the Molotov, they're holding them at bay, Dan. They're going to have to reposition and re-aggress as Jail, previously held by Dodo, successful in previous rounds, but not today. No kills for him. 3v3. The push toward B continues. Time's still strong, and the Molotov in water is going to be forcing Snappy into the open, and an easy kill, but Hades answers back with a double, in fact. Below heaven. Hades really making it work. As his name would suggest, the underworld, a much better situation for him. It doesn't spot out Danny Slaw in time, though. Danny gets the nice headshot and wins the round. SKADE with the 7th after a long sabbatical. 5 rounds in a row from ENCE, and they managed to find one finally.
Yeah, keeping ENCE at least behind. I mean, well, at least denying them the lead, I should say, as they were tied up for a brief moment there, but 7 on the board for SKADE. Interesting to see how many more they can find in this first trial SKADE, because generally they are much stronger on the CT side of Overpass.
Ooh.
Same with ENCE, but not to the same sort of degree as 2 very quick kills come through from SKADE. That is a B site that it shows similar veins to those early rounds. Snappy, he can't find anything. That's such a hard angle for him. 2 players peeking him, can't get the kills, only does plenty of damage. As now Hades is left alone against, well, left alone with Spinks, I should say. 2 versus 4.
At least Spinks finds one, you know. Ships that go down. And that's better than those other rounds from the beginning of the half where they absolutely got 0. Still, though, a far cry from a win. And SKADE will be running away with this one. As predicted, their win percentage would suggest that they would get to the 8 score line. As we'll be seeing if they can make it a 9th. Round 15 upon us, and the money for the CT side, not looking too hot.
Yeah. As I was sort of saying that, SKADE aren't going to lose steam on the CT side. At least that's what sort of the history of SKADE and Overpass tells us.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
They're gonna continue being quite dangerous on Overpass. This is their map. Definitely expecting them to pick this one up. And then we go to Train, where we already kind of looked at what ENCE's history has had in store for him. And frankly, SKADE do look better on that one as well. But we'll be seeing if they even get Overpass here, as the first half comes to a close here. A fast B push, not going to be working out as it did in the previous rounds. Dodo with the defense, and Dika even helping out. 2 initial frags go the way of ENCE, as all the rest will be following suit here. Denislaw and Rainwaker still alive, but 5 enemies left to find. This is going to be Denislaw with the op, and he misses the only shot he had. One chance, one opportunity, but he let it slip. As SKADE, well, they do not get their 9th point on the board. ENCE will be finding the 7th, at least finding a bit of a more even score here on the first half.
Yeah, split in the half. I think that's pretty strong from ENCE, considering how it started out, how it was looking, and how bad it could have been for ENCE if SKADE just kept pummeling that B site over and over again. They did sort of let up SKADE and went for some different tactics that didn't pan out. They did then in the end pick up a couple more just from that from those sort of B hits, but this final round coming through, it didn't work out for them. It was sort of disjointed. The utility slowed down most of the advance, left those 2 isolated players, and by the time the rest of them came through, it was sort of all over. So we will see SKADE with that 1-round lead, but CT side could promise a lot more from them, and we could be seeing them rocketing up to 16.
Man, I just got hit with the most Bulgarian insult of all time. You ready?
Okay, go on.
Casters sound like frail Greeks. No, geeks. Oh, okay. I thought he said Greeks, because that's a very Bulgarian thing to do, to bring Greeks into it, expecting everyone to know all the sort of stereotypes. But geeks, I'll take that one.
Yeah,
I'll take
it.
it.
Are we all? Do we all not classify as geeks?
I mean, guys, I hate to break it to you. You are watching
we are
competitive
watching competitive video games. That is what's occurring. So, yeah, maybe you're right.
You got me. Frail, though.
Right back at you, buddy.
Neither of us are frail either. Like, I'm on 110 kilos myself. You care to drop your stats, Dan? Same.
I'm just under 90 kilo.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
You got your life sorted.
Yeah, I'm actually on a diet at the moment, so yeah, I was a bit more chunky.
What kind of diet? Just sort of
just not eating takeaway every other day generally.
That's
it does help. It helps out really well, surprisingly.
Saves you money as well. That's the life hack people don't want you to know.
Yeah. It's it's what the fast food restaurants definitely don't want you to know.
No.
Looks like we are ready to get into the pistol though.
Mm-hmm. Dodo on utility, while duplicate will be, well, his duplicate on the other side, I suppose. Flashes and a diffuse kit will be present here as we go live into the first round of this half. 7-8 the scoreline, pretty even, but let's see who gets the initial advantage going into this one. Still connector in the control of ENCE, as Denislaw will be picking toward short B. Then he has to be worried about the terrorist explosion coming out of connector here, but it's not going to be happening. Toward A instead, and with a player sort of pushed out way into the playground in the back there. I don't think SKADE are going to be expecting short to be clear, but that's a nice little flank to have going for you. And with the initial kill, things are looking even good, even better rather, for the Bulgarians, as that's a couple of kills there for Rainwaker, but he gets shut down.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation though for ENCE, but those couple kills do make things easier. Bomb recovered, going to get planted over by truck, but Hades is going to get shot in the side of the head. Not expecting that one. And now Doto, no escape from ships. Going to be SKADE securing a 9th. Opening kills from Rainwaker, doing good work for SKADE in that one.
Defuse coming in, and yeah. Hopefully they can mount quite a bit of a commanding lead going forward, as they are still the favorite side to win, but you never want to give ENCE a nice start here, as that can very quickly get out of hand. But we'll be seeing if they can even convert their pistol round advantage, because once you get the bomb planted, well, that's going to be giving ENCE quite a bit of money to work with. Let's see if they can make it work, however. And which site they decide to go for, because a straight-up B execute maybe should be considered for this kind of a round, considering the CTs don't exactly have the best utility in the world. Plenty to keep them at bay, of course, as we'll be taking this one a bit slowly, and yeah, no nades available for the nade stack toward boost where you would be expecting it.
ENCE with that couple AKs. The scout for Hades. Doto actually sacrifices his armor in this round. So a lot of faith being put in these two AKs, the scout, to find some damage here. We'll see if they can. As they're going to run out long. A minute still on the clock. They're looking like this A site is their point of attack. Nice shot from Hades. That's exactly what you want. And that's as well a gun that they can pick up on the entry in. Although the nade actually blasted a bit further away. So maybe not anymore. Shit's going to try and push in. That's to his death. And SKADE, they're giving themselves up here. Dennis on the FAMAS, next man in line. But he can finally find a frag for SKADE. Switching to burst for a moment there. Decides better of it. As him and Duplicate now start tidying up these frags. Cleaning up the round. There you go, SKADE. It got a little bit dangerous. But it should still be a 10th unless Doto has some massive, massive round here. Flashbang not going to touch him. But Duplicate's MP9 certainly is.
When you were ramping it up with the massive, massive, I didn't think you would be saying round at the end. But yeah, either way, congrats to Denislaw here for having such a commanding presence behind these yellow boxes. Of course, the terrorists trying to swing onto him, but then the backup also takes care of them. And a nice little triple, I believe it was, from Denny. So, great stuff. And SKADE do keep their pistol round win advantage. ENCE on a bit of a deco here. Yeah?
Someone in chat just told me to go to eat more healthy because I'm fat. It doesn't understand what a diet is. Oh, there we go. Very me. Love to see it. But Oxygen, love to see a 3K from him.
Yeah. Armored opponents as well, so definitely a great little spray down there. The Deagle's not strong enough.
Yeah, Eagle's not really able to find anything in that one. Just a clean round coming through from SKADE. Oxygen just holds mouse one, easy to like from him. Oh. Do be looking kind of thick though today, so I'll let you off.
Obviously. Stay home if you're sick, come over if you're thick. Let's get into the 19th round here as well, ENCE, they finally have some kind of a buy going in here. And it is going to be a slower round, just trying to take some control towards short A, as the B presence is also there. With the player all alone on short B, definitely a dangerous position to be in if these connector players decide to aggress out, but they decide to go out onto A, find the initial kill, and well, that's already 2 men down for the T's, as Denislaw and Rainwaker were low HP, but now Rainwaker's dead. And it's a 3 versus 4, with Duplicate also falling on the 8 bomb site, but that's going to be a trade as well. A back and forth round for sure. Still with it all to find here. Sneaking on out. Snappy's maybe going to be finding something from jail, but he needs the help of Hades. Who's on the SG now?
Well,
Snappy
he's
didn't
getting
check
knifed in the back. There we go.
He's getting knifed. Give a bit of a shank.
Yeah.
Extra money in the bank for Oxygen.
As Mr. Bargolf would say, precision incision. I believe he always used to say precision. I can't even say it myself. Precision incision.
Yeah, precision incision.
Yeah, for those 9 kills. Don't know how Rainwaker gets away with that one, to be honest.
Nah. An important kill for sure, because it does keep them competitive here, and even allows, you know, Oxygen to sort of stay hidden behind those barrels, and it is going to be the win from SKADE in the end, with ENCE. Obviously, not a lot of money to work with here. Just going to be, you know, trying to get some kills in this one. Maybe even a bomb plant if they're lucky, but they're going to have to get quite lucky indeed. Trying to aggress towards short A, where there's a couple of players waiting inside and out. One of them falling back as the initial kill, well, the initial trade does favor ENCE. Let's see how they can work off of this advantage going forward.
Yeah, because that's now a weapon picked up for them as well. Diha going to be wielding that M4. Look to try and find something with that gun out towards long. Has the bomb as well, so he needs to be careful he doesn't go down. He's going to be a crucial player for this ENCE side. But the weapons, surely SKADE can get themselves out of this situation. They've got ships pushed up close towards Sandwich. A player is in already pushed through bathrooms, sort of basically behind ships. So they need to be wary of that as well. But Diha and Doto out towards long. Let's see what they can find. Ships has struck. Gets the kill. But do they expect the player already this close in towards bathrooms? Not at all. Hades, quick kill for him. Missed shot from Denislaw allows them to progress through long, and that is a quick kill as well of the Deagles. They're just ransacking this A site. Bomb's going to get planted. Oxygen, the last player alive, hoping this nade can do anything just for him, but it's not going to do anything at all. Bomb planted and
get the initial sort of trade going for them, and then just continue to work off of that advantage, right? I mean, the presence of Hades within bathrooms as well, getting them a very important kill, as it's just going to be Oxygen left and saving into the next. Certainly, around ENCE are going to be very much appreciating having, because being stuck on 7 for this long does tend to eat under your skin. And like, I wouldn't be giving SKADE 13 if I was playing against them, you know? It's just
yeah. Finally something for ENCE. Because obviously that was 4 in a row for SKADE. Off the back of the pistol round, you get something in here. It's not with the guns, admittedly, so it's a bit of a bogey round in that sense of it just being a bit random. Nothing that you can really replicate all too much in these gun rounds, but it's a round, you'll take it. It's a chance to get this T-half going a little bit earlier, keeping that SKADE side a little bit closer within arm's reach. And that's exactly what ENCE needed. Let's see if they can build on it, though, because I'm just worried that SKADE, they'll get the rebuy through here. They'll get plenty of utility through. They're just going to collapse down now and completely ruin ENCE and sort of quickly barrel up to 15.
Meanwhile, of course, while we have some time, the kill stats are as such. Denislaw top fragging on the server with 18, but Hades not that far behind. Just 1, in fact, on 17 kills, top of the scoreboard for ENCE. Really, like, 2 players performing for both sides right now. So at least a lot of them decided to show up today. Never good when there's only one guy sort of carrying the entire team. Not recent Mafia, of course. Old Mafia. But I'm waiting for them to disappoint me soon, Dan. I'm so used to getting, you know, one good result and then just complete nothing for about 2 months. The cycle of abuse continues.
It's a painful cycle.
But you know, it's my fault.
Nice opening from Snappy there. Flashbang from Doto. Does assisting that and just banged through from short. Duplicate.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about that one, I'm afraid. You're just a dead man. There's Hades.
As it ships.
Yeah, Hades catches ships now, trying to peek into his monster for damage, and now just Denislaw and Rainwaker, the last 2 alive. Maybe if he chucked that nade a little bit deeper in towards the site, might have been able to find Doto, but actually, ENCE, they're going to rotate back up towards A. They could be walking into the stack of CTs here.
Oh.
Rainwaker finds the kill. The bomb's over in bathrooms. It's going to back away. They have the B site under control, ENCE, so thankfully they don't commit to that A site, but there was a possibility there that maybe that could go wrong for ENCE if the bomb went a bit further forward.
Definitely wouldn't have been a good situation, but as it stands, the plant will be going down uncontested. 2 players still alive here for the CT side, as Denislaw, well, he could be spamming behind that box there, but he decides not to. Favors just keeping this AWP alive 100%, as SKADE's money is not exactly the best of shapes right now. They're really going to be appreciating having these 2 guns going forward.
Still in it, though, ENCE.
Still
in it. In it to win it.
With plenty of money to back it up as well. Like,
Yeah.
SKADE are going to have to find quite a few in a row to get them onto 0. And at that point, it might just be like 15 for SKADE and they win it off an eco. But That assumes quite a few rounds in a row, so let's just keep that in mind. As I'm not entirely sure what kind of a buy they're going to be going for here. A full eco, perhaps? Yeah, no time left to
Yeah.
buy.
You may as
And
well in this
duplicate oxygen
situation.
ships are just going to be walking in here to die. Denny and Rain, you think they can sort of push forward, maybe get some nice entries? Going to be stacking the B-bomb site anyway, so, you know, just one player left as sort of the info play toward A. Just going to be jump spotting on site. And the T's looking to just make some noise toward B, not necessarily execute toward it, but oh my gosh, the boost, it works out, and now that M4 can get used by someone else. It's going to be Oxygen holding it for the time being. 3 versus 4, Dan.
Yeah, that's such a worthwhile trade there. Rainmaker gets 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, the play with the rifle and armor goes down, but you can shift that weapon into now, as you say, Oxygen's hand. He doesn't have the armor, which is the issue. Maybe you want Denislaw to switch the rifle into his hands, so one of these unarmored players gets the AWP, and that might work out better. But we might just see ENCE just run dry in towards this B site through Monster here, almost catching the players on the boost, but they have split it up in time, and a player in short. That is Duplicate looking for the weapon, but he's going to get caught out by Spinks. I think they were cognitive and got rid of those weapons before before SKADE rather were able to push forward, but still a 2-on-2 Oxygen with that rifle towards heaven. Has Denislaw for a bit of support with him as well with that AWP, but now Oxygen going down leaves it all up towards Denislaw. 1 versus 2. He's just going to jump in towards the site. He has no fear. Bomb planted. Knows one person in sight. Knows Hades probably towards the back with the AWP. And there goes the player in sight. Spinks capitulates. And now Denislaw are left alone in a 1 versus 1. Hades playing around the pillar. Like a bit of Ring of Roses, but Denislaw comes around the side. And Hades tried to do it with a pistol. But Denislaw with this AWP gonna be able to fire one off quicker.
Two kills there toward the end. The only 2 he finds in the round were the most pivotal. SKADE, they find their 13th for what seemed to be an unwinnable situation there. The AWP just dropping down from heaven. Well, it's obviously thanks to Oxygen for finding that bomb, as it did waste some time for the T's. They couldn't really reposition, and then Denislaw just takes care of both of them. 2 separate 1v1s. You never want to be giving those away. As I think ENCE played that one a little bit too aggressively, perhaps. You know, they heard the steps. They heard him drop down into water, 100%. And at that point, they just go for 2 duels. It's not exactly the best, even though you're hiding in a smoke thinking, you know, oh, it's going to dissipate. I'll get the kill afterwards. It's going to be so cool, but I'm afraid it didn't work out.
Did
And
not.
now they're on 13th, the Bulgarians.
Yeah, and that's just one of the steps closer for SKADE in this first map. I'm glad that ENCE have been putting up a fight here, though. They're keeping things close. They still have economy to rebind this one, but it's going to get limited after this round. It'll be, what, 2,400 in after this round, if I'm not mistaken? Or 1,900? Just trying to figure it out with how many rounds SKADE won in a row at the start. I think it'll be 2,400.
Don't ask me to solve for X. Don't ask me to find no hypotenuse. As the B push does come in, Dodo with the entry, but they're held back by this utility. Oh gosh, that smoke just doesn't get that molly extinguished whatsoever, but they wait it out, and Dika gets the initial kill, but Rainwaker and Chips answer back. Spinks as well in the fray. As Dodo pushes the smoke, gets the initial kill, and even the trace transfer on to Denislaw. Oh boy. What a transfer that was.
Denislaw missing the AWP shot, I think, initially as Doto pushed in to kill his teammate. I believe with ships in the back of sight. But yeah, that cost them, I think, both of their lives, essentially. So, can't be missing those one, Denislaw. You may have won out the previous round, but don't matter if you then
Ooh.
Missing some crucial shots. Push out towards long. Gonna have a few players progressing on him. Just holds down Mouse 1. Gets dinked up. 6 HP left for him. But has support now from Hades, which should be able to keep him alive. Dennis Lord Teagle got in deep. Only good for that 1 kill.
Yeah, Snappy of all people. Dika survives. And, yeah. The ENCE... I don't know, man.
That's almost in 2 shots with the ult, in fact.
Oh. Well, both sides at least have money to invest into this one. A quite important one, but ENCE's money has been sort of revitalized now somewhat. As SKADE will really have to find map point before ENCE will be forced to eco, so no 2-for-1 deals today. SKADE still stuck on the 13th point as, well, Denny, he's going to be going for the peak against the Hades AWP there. Posted up behind the tree, gets the kill easy peasy. And Rainwaker holds the fort, but the rest of the terrorists, they lost interest in the A-bomb side. They don't want to play with that one anymore, Dan. They're going toward B, where there's only one defender, and he's going to be on short, presuming that the terrorists would be rotating toward connector, but instead, they're just going to be going through their respective spawns. And he's going to be spotting them out, but with the MP9 at this kind of a range, he's going to be giving them, you know, quite a beating in a tickle contest, perhaps, but certainly not a kill.
Certainly not. This MP9 from Ships can't find multiple kills. Does get 1. No. Yeah, very quickly cut short afterwards. And this is the round, all falling the way of ENCE. Oxygen and Rainwaker surviving in this situation, and they're just going to hightail it out of there. Hope that they can hold on to this M4 on the FAMAS. I'm not sure if there's a weapon they can salvage. There is an AWP on the floor there, so Oxygen can upgrade out of that FAMAS into the AWP. That'll be a nice takeaway for the next round. But ENCE just going to sit 1 behind the SKADE side here. This is getting very, very close, and SKADE probably feeling very comfortable at the start of this half. When they racked up 4 in a row, things were looking good, but that single Deagle round from ENCE has just catapulted them into this game, and SKADE haven't had really much of a reply.
Nope. They did have that 1 round there in the middle, but that was basically 5 in a row if we neglect that 1 round, and, well, now ENCE are sitting pretty on 12. Let's see if they can keep it going, however. Because their aggression, like, late aggression here toward B, just rotating, just getting some initial sort of presence going on toward A, finding something there, rotating all the way back, not even going through connector, no need to control it, as there's really going to be very rare instances where the CTs decide to push toward the T-spawn. As we see a bit of a B stack coming out of SKADE, and who can blame them? They don't have that much going for them in this one.
And now they don't have the M4 going for them. Yeah. He picks off Rainwaker there, caught in transition out the connector. Does give up the opening frag, and yeah, that's one of the the saved M4 going out. Now only left with the AWP, a few pistols.
They're still looking for him, Ships. He has the potential here to win Sphinx. But he's going to be proving himself to be the stronger player with the... with S being the first letter of his name. As SKADE have now given away 2 kills, and, well, this A-take should be quite easy, even given the fact that there's quite a bit of presence here. Duplicate up close, the USP. Will it be strong enough? He finds the kill eventually. Lucky for him. But meanwhile, the B-bomb site has been taken. So that's at least another weapon you can save into the next, though you did already have a buy going for you. But still, every penny is appreciated, because if they lose, then they're in some real dicey situations going forward, with ENCE picking up a 13th here.
Look how much economy ENCE have.
They can buy for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and that's before they even get the cash in here for this round.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Hades 12k, Spinks 11k, Deha almost 13k. We'll have to buy up for a new weapon. So much to play with.
It's quite a ride that ENCE have taken SKADE for, right? They were expecting to have an easy first map. This first map pick, of course, we're going to be going to train after this one. But still, we were expecting SKADE to take this one 1000%, and now it's not looking as likely as it initially did. 13-13, a very even scoreline as we go into the 27th, and really no initial aggression coming out of ENCE. They're just going to be holding back, waiting for aggression to come from the Bulgarians instead, but they're going to be sitting pretty in their sights, saving their utility for a rainier day, perhaps. Push should come eventually.
Hades and Spinks for ENCE, the ones really pushing them forward right now. I think they're both on, what, 21 kills? Yeah, 21 kills for both of them. Equaling Denislaw, the high fragger for SKADE.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Man, they are taking this at a snail's pace today. Been working out so far, though. Can't exactly blame them. And now with Monster and Short within their grasp, it's time to take the B bomb site. 2 players waiting and 1 on the fast rotate perhaps, as Dodo just takes the wide swing, gets the kill onto Oxygen, taking the breath out of his lungs. But he's a duplicate here. He's still holding strong. So many kills from him already. Not going to be finding a 4th. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 going forward. Snappy planting in the open, as he can pick quite a few after plant spots here. Pushing toward ABC perhaps, but Rainwaker has the chance to spot him out in the open. Doesn't though, as it's a battle of the Oppers now. Hades versus Denislaw, and well, Hades predictably firing toward heaven, raining hell onto the opposite side. ENCE win the round.
Duplicate did so much for SKADE there.
Yeah.
3 kills in sight. Snappy then replies back with 3 of his own. And I thought for a moment Hades might be throwing away that 1v1 there by peeking heaven, but he finds the kill quickly before Denislaw could even react. So 14 on the board. SKADE are stuck short at 13. Is it an unlucky 13 for them?
Well, perhaps. They've been stuck on it for so long, haven't they? It's been 5 rounds, Dan. Only so long they can stare at that number 13. Burger King foot lettuce. No, that was number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. Almost got them mixed up.
Yeah, it really is the last thing you want in your Burger King burger, but...
No.
With a pause here, ENCE. They have so much cash to play with. They'll get the rebuy through, no problem. That's not... Don't even need to talk about that. SKADE, though... They actually have a decent economy right now, just because of a few saved weapons in rounds. There's plenty to rebuy into this one. Denislaw, he can get that up through. They can get plenty of rifles through. Rainwaker ships, they can buy up everything they need. Duplicate and Oxygen, maybe adding... Well, they're going to have to take either a little bit less utility, maybe deciding to go for a FAMAS if they want that more utility, especially for Oxygen. But it's certainly going to be enough for SKADE in this one. Certainly enough for a round. Whether or not they can get it, though, that's going to be a different question, because otherwise it's ENCE onto 15 on the SKADE map pick, which would be a huge, huge outcome for ENCE. Especially if you go back to the first, 5 or so rounds of this game. SKADE
obviously
just looked indomitable. It was
but
just
then,
brilliant to be.
The comeback just starts right away, and that was a bit of a foreshadowing situation. Because the second half kind of shakes out the same way. An excellent start coming out of the Bulgarians, but then just slowly but surely capitulating, as maybe they're not really adapting as well to the enemy team as they would like to. And this is, dare we say, Dan, a must-win round? Because if ENCE get on 15, SKADE, they don't have that much money to work with. Still before the buy right now. Hearing some ticks in chat, though. This pause should be concluding quite soon.
Somebody's cutting the grass outside. Don't know if that's being picked up on mic. I hope not.
Absolutely is not.
Good. That's what you like to see.
That
Or
neighbor
hear,
gets to
rather.
live.
All right, bit extreme there.
Bit extreme. You would have just
Yeah.
sort of told them off, like,
I wouldn't even done that. They can mow their lawn whenever they want.
that's true. And if you started yelling at him, perhaps he wouldn't even hear you because the lawnmower is so much louder on his end, you know?
True.
He'd be like, oof, we're in? No? Debated.
No, we're still in a pause. Waiting to see if we end up going to a break here. I'm not sure what the issue is. Hopefully it can get resolved soon, though, and we can get back into the action, because right now we're waiting for round 28 to get going. Which, you know, if you're not familiar with Counter-Strike, round 28 is the best round
Is
out of all of them. Yeah, it is. It's got all the action. But, well,
certainly about to receive some action, Dan.
yeah.
The pause has been concluded. And now SKADE, they've gone for their buy, and predictably, it's going to be breaking the bank, quite literally. They spawn next to a bank, and I hope they use that pause to apply for some low-interest loans. Get that stimmy, as we'll be going into the 28th with the T's sort of looking aggressive toward the B site for starters here. 4 players just committing toward the push, as, well, obviously the utility is going to be holding them back eventually, and hopefully they do decide to throw that nade combo. Not going to be happening. It would have found a kill right now if they went for it. But instead, they're just trying to push out of this monster area as soon as the smoke clears, so no Molotovs can fall in its place, as the initial kill does go the way of Duplicate and Oxygen. He had to answer back. It's a 4 versus 3 with the ENCE offense cut off at the knees, but still potential to get this one. But they're not pushing forward, and the counter utility's coming in, Dan.
Yeah, it's ENCE. ENCE need to push, essentially. You need to get into this site. You need to clear out Oxygen. There you go.
Ooh.
Hades does get that given over to him. Denislaw with the AWP blow towards the back. If there's no smoke to watch for him, it's going to allow him those clean kills. And here you go. Snappy's head smacked down through the corner of the concrete. That's a clean kill. Now the boost up for Ships finds Spinks, and now Hades all in his lonesome is going to try and get that plant down, but the smoke's starting to fade just as he does so. And now he's exposed in the open, and Ships will have that kill. 14 for SKADE. Finally get themselves another round on the CT side. It's been a long time coming.
And it was a must-win round as well. Like, if they lost this one, they would have had no money to work with in the last, and thankfully for them, they do manage to get it work, but unfortunately for them, well, Hades was on 16k, so that's just, you know, tells you everything. They're gonna have to really fight for it, winning the full buy rounds going forward, or capitulate. It is the choice they have in front of them, and a must-win map for them in this series, because, as we said before, Overpass was looking like a done deal. And we'll be seeing who has the advantage going forward onto the second map of Train. But for now, 2 rounds left here, unless we go to overtime, touch wood. And Denislaw on the op, Hades on his. They can both afford it. Money's no object at this time. With Connector being controlled by ENCE for now, contested from the other side, but Hades, too good on that op, was holding the angle and gets the tripwire shot. SKADE letting a player go early. And now they have to start worrying about this B aggression coming in.
Oxygen is still on defense over towards B. He has support from a teammate, but obviously SKADE down a man due to that opening kill from Hades. The flashbang peek into Monster. Not going to see any intel. Snappy is around there, but he's tucked in nice and cozy. As Denislaw, he's watching towards Banana with this AWP. Looks like ENCE, they're starting to posture up for a hit towards Banana. They've got Diha starting to work forwards, a player deep towards Long Tour. That's Denislaw, I think, or Rainwaker rather. That AK-47.
So many. If he turns around right now, he would find the bomb, but it's going to be sneaking past him onto the A bomb site potentially. Not going to be that good of a after plant position because there's no one on A, so he can't even use that sort of distraction to move on behind them as the aggression does come toward B, but that's going to be a distraction as mentioned. Snappy, of course, watching out for the player, and he gets him. No flank for you guys, Skade. As you're a man down and ENCE are planting on the B bomb, on the A bomb site rather. How do they manage to come back into this one, Skade? Holy. Then he's gonna need to find something out of bank and find it quick. That grenade towards Spinks isn't gonna be enough to get him off the angle, as it's time for the CTs to press the issue, and they're not finding it, Dan. Only 2 rifles left alive. I think at this point the save call has to come through. ENCE are gonna be picking up their 15th, and the money on SKADE is not looking too good.
Oh, dearie me. Snappy has just completely ruined them. Taking those last 2 kills as well. No escape for them. 15 for ENCE, and they might lock away the map pick of SKADE here. 1 more round, all it takes. SKADE going to have to fight for OT, and Ship's giving up that opening kill always. Going to be leaving your team in a man disadvantage. Snappy so cognizant to find that player around the back lines. Knows his teammates will have made a lot of noise. And now...
Easy for ENCE! There you go,
Fair enough. 3 FAMASes. An MP9, the ult for Denislaw. What can SKADE do here? Denislaw's going aggressive. Tries to find the shot, but can't land it.
Whew. Must-win round from SKADE now. No doubt about it. It's gone to the wire, and with the triplet of FAMASes, let's hope they can hold them back. Oxygen on that MP9. Denislaw, he's letting quite a few of them slip, as he does find the initial one onto Hades. That was such a tight angle, but he makes it work. Now he's gonna get encroached upon, of course. Yeah, found immediately. It's a 4 versus 4 situation now, and Ships, you gotta be careful, man. You can't just be dying all alone here toward long. At least he takes someone with him, Dan. It's a 3 versus 3, but with some more help, courtesy of Rainwaker, he is gonna be getting that man advantage going the way of SKADE going forward.
Oh, this position for Rainwaker. Doto's already passed him in the bathrooms. If they execute into all day and don't check this, Rainwaker's going to have such a sick angle for the post plant, and potentially just even deny the bomb plant entirely from here. 35 seconds, ENCE. What do you decide to do? Duplicates in the site. You need to get rid of him, but you also need to clear out the player who's pushed in bathrooms deep. Ability starting to rain on down. Duplicate. He's caught not even with a gun out. Rainwaker now strikes, finding one. And now it's all up towards Spinks, who can get the bomb planted.
But can he hold on to it, Dan? 1 versus 2. And he's going to be attacked from 2 different positions as well. That's usually an excellent situation for the retake to happen. However, the first engagement going to be deciding everything here. Spinks, he's going to be letting Oxygen go toward bank, or is he? Stairs is going to be where he's deciding to go. The MP9 quite deadly at this kind of a range, as Rainwaker is making headway as well, and they just encroach upon his position 2 at a time. And that's going to be SKADE with the defuse, getting this one into OT quite handily. They made it look scary there, but ENCE, y'all are going to have to fight just a little bit harder if you want to be upsetting SKADE here on their own map pick.
Yeah, down to OT we go. 15 to 15. Money obviously reset. It's MR3, 16k. So they've got all the cash in the world to play with. There's not going to be any concessions needed to be made with the buys. And one thing that's interesting as well, haven't actually seen either of these teams go for the 4-man boost towards T-spawn with the AWP. Be interested to see if someone brings that out in OT now. Might be good just to get an opening pick, a bit of a gimmick potentially. But in situations like this, gimmicks can be what win you rounds when it's just all about getting as many of these free rounds on each side as you can. And with nothing to constrict you in terms of the economy, tactics are all that's... Tactics and aim are all that really it boils down to here. And tactics starting to run thin at this point in the game as well, so going to be heavy reliance on individual aim at this point. Let's see if ENCE have it to try and secure the first round of this OT. Whether SKADE can live long. Obviously securing that final round. Stay alive just a little bit longer. Oxygen just about staying alive in the flames there. Drops the smoke just in time, but his position's compromised, and so is this round. ENCE just rolled over that B site.
Doing a good SKADE impression. Well, SKADE in the first half, of course. As the the second half did just to, you know, get them overtime at least. But now ENCE looking like they're going to be running away with the very first one. No sense for Denislaw or Ships to really be saving here. Maybe Danny, you can make a case for it because it's not guaranteed that he'll be able to afford the AWP in all 3 rounds if they, of course, lose the first 2. And with the first one already in the bag here for the international squad, it is going to be quite important to save the AWP at least. But Ships, he can hunt. As he certainly will be there toward the discotheque. But Hades is on the other side of the wall. And he's about to get some more company. That AUG, I don't think he finds anything here. I stand
Yes, Warren.
corrected.
Yeah.
Not that the
round
kills
in
really
OT.
matter, because the T's, they can just afford every single round of OT, so kind of a moot point there. Might as well pad your stats though. Always love a
First
good
round. First round
stat
goes
your pats.
ENCE's way. See if they can pick up a second though, because they had a much stronger T side. I mean, obviously the both halves sort of split, all in all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's ENCE now. Round lead. They were the ones who found map point first. Denislaw, nice kill. Gives the
Good one to
SKADE
start,
side
yeah.
something to work with.
ENCE are going to be working with short B control, but, well, without the initial kill, and also some nice damage here onto Snappy, courtesy of the HE. Door's not blown up, though. Not sure how that happened. As some HEs continue to rain in here onto Duplicate, down to 8. Lucky to be alive there. As it certainly looks like it's going to be a B execute. Not as fast or as clinical as the first rounds, of course. Going to be a bit of a slower affair going forward. As Snappy, if you just click mouse 1 now, buddy, that would just make my day. But he's not going to do it, Dan. He's not listening.
Which is good.
Very good, in fact.
Yeah.
No need to
As-
contact the Esports Integrity Coalition just yet.
Though he's still holding that angle as the smoke fades. Oxygen has a little bit of a jiggle again, might get caught out, but as they push forward, there you go. Hades finds 2 very quick kills on the entry in towards the B site, and ENCE might just set themselves up for a 17th here with SKADE. Gonna be weak at the knees, I think, for this powerhouse of ENCE on this T side. Rainwaker, he does find 1 versus 2 now for him, M4 in hand. And these 2 ENCE players are relatively low on HP, both of them below 50.
So yeah, if any weapon is good in these kinds of situations, it would be the M4. Case in point, finds the first Rainwaker, trying to find Hades as well. Not sure if he's going to be checking this angle though. There's so many to clear as the last one he considers. A bit awkward spray there from Hades in the end, but he didn't panic. He didn't sweat. He gets it done. And that's ace with the 2-0 start. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they do get themselves up to 17. A perfect T-half there. That would be catastrophic for SKADE.
So catastrophic, because, you know, those rounds that they won when they won their half, I guess, 8-7, you know, a lot of them were just straight up B takes like we saw in the very first round here in overtime, and how we're about to see it again as well. There you go, all of them out. Oxygen ready for it though, but only with 1 kill secured. It's not going to be enough. The rest of the push is continuing as Pinks falls. The rest of the entries keep happening, but it's a 2 versus 2 with Deha and low HP. Definitely going to be a good situation for them, though, as they can choose their after-plant positions carefully. But from Heaven and from CT, they will emerge, and can SKADE take this one back and avert disaster.
Towards Heaven. Oh, that could have been it for Hades there. Instead, he's going to get encroached upon by Rainwaker, who surely has his number. Oh, no! Whoa, Rainwaker, please, close it! Thank you! Oh, that was pain.
Hey. It's okay, though. He gets it done now. You can relax now. SKADE, they do at least get 1 round going for them here in this overtime. But not off to a great start, and it better be a flawless T-half now, which I actually don't see happening. I think they're still fighting for their life in this tournament. Well, on this first map, but, you know, it's their pick.
Yeah, it is their pick, and if ENCE can steal this one away, 2 rounds required. Never know. We could be seeing a very quick 2-0 from ENCE coming in as the invited team to the quarterfinal. SKADE have fought through all the way through that the Swiss stage to get here.
Would be nice to see them in the match against Dignitas.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting game, but I think ENCE Dignitas would also be interesting. I think if both these teams sort of deserve a chance against Dignitas. I think either game would be an interesting one and certainly be exciting. So
I always do like to root for the teams that sort of had to fight to get themselves into the quarterfinals, though. So Young Ninjas, well, they didn't let me down. I was gonna say to let me down, but you know,
it was a good fight.
They didn't get it done in the end. It was a good fight, however, and Dignitas do make it forward. But let's hope that SKADE gets a win here for the LOOT.BET OGs. As there's 2 players quite close to each other there at the other side of those sandbags, but he's not going to be checked, naded, or anything. Snappy not even going for the info. There you go, finally goes for it. As maybe the game has been given away that SKADE have quite a bit of presence going on toward B, but no attack just yet.
They're going to bide their time for a little bit longer. Doto's taking so much damage. 70 or 16 HP rather for him. A very soft target. He currently resides in that B site. Snappy pushing forward. Oh, that Molotov forces Duplicate out, and he's just a dead man to Snappy's grasp there. So an opening kill goes ENCE's way, but the boost comes through. Ships able to take up Doto to finish him off. That's the low HP player, though. That's the one player on that ENCE side that you'd be happy if they got caught by the boost. And just a quick flurry of kills coming from ENCE as well. It's all over. Denislaw last against 4. ENCE find 18 map point for them, and potentially a real big scalp to take away here.
Certainly. Just a massive 2 kills coming out of Dika there toward the end. Really cements the round, but SKADE sort of walking all the way up to B and then just sort of waffling about. Not really getting anything done, losing players. And that's going to be putting them on map point, but not in their favor, I'm afraid. ENCE looking good to take this one. The first map would certainly be a good pickup, as SKADE will be not really pressing the issue toward B in this one. They have opted to go toward A, and historically, it hasn't been working out toward that, Dan.
That's not. We'll see if they switch things up or if they continue trying. Diha's going to look to get a little bit aggressive onto short. Not going to peek in, though. Dead Ships is going to be peeking through Monster with that AWP. That nade does considerable damage, though. It still finds shots, but the York fires off. Can't connect through the toxic barrel. Position given up. He'll just fall away. Back through the smoke.
Still everyone alive, but for how much longer? Because the CTs, they've pushed up so far. A deadly combo if they can find the surprise factor onto the terrorists, as they will emerge toward long end toilets, presumably. But they're starting to run out of time here, actually. 45 seconds left. Who do they think they are? A CIS team? I think Bulgaria is technically CIS. Not even sure. Sphinx, though, is technically on a 2K with the bomb down as well. This is starting to look like the death blow for SKADE. I don't think they bounce back from this one. Sure, they get the kill back. 20 seconds left, however. Good luck planting that bomb. 20 seconds to make it all the way onto site. Punch into digits as Hades is going to be stopping them. The long aggression shut down as he can set his sights on the short, and Snappy finds the kill up close. Then he saw left at 1 versus 4. No time to plant. And no time to be alive here. Hence, they pick up the first map. And what a map that was, Dan.
I mean, yeah, we both had SKADE picking up this map. We thought it was locked in. ENCE proved us wrong. Hades has an absolute stellar performance. I think he ended up on like 32 kills there, 15 deaths. He was a monster. And, well, it helped carry ENCE across the line in overtime. We will be heading over to the next map of Train, where Hades could be doing even more work for ENCE. It's such an AWP-heavy map. So, stay with us. We'll go into a short break, but join us afterwards.
Feel free to talk.
Boss, we've done all as you said.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, boss. Everything like you asked. It's in my car, boss.
I'm surprised. You're actually good for something.
So, where is it, Brady?
Here, in the trunk.
What the fuck is that? You fat Irish prick. You're supposed to bring me a coat, not a skinny animal kid. Where is LOOT.BET code I asked it for?
Well, he wasn't talking.
Are you out your mind, Brady? Because I swear, I put your brain to sleep. He ain't talking because his fucking mouth is closed.